First contact and capture. The vast emptiness of space stretched out before Captain Sarah Chen as she gazed through the view screen of the research vessel Curiosity. Floating serenely at the edge of the solar system, the ship's mission was to study the newly discovered wormhole that had appeared near Pluto's orbit just months ago. Sarah felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. This anomaly could revolutionize space travel, but it also posed unknown risks. Captain, we're detecting unusual energy fluctuations from the wormhole, reported Lieutenant Ravi Patel from his station. The readings are off the charts. Sarah leaned forward, her dark eyes narrowing. Bring us the yellow alert. I want all sensors focused on that anomaly. Before Ravi could acknowledge the order, a blinding flash erupted from the wormhole. Sarah shielded her eyes instinctively, spots dancing in her vision as the light faded. When she could see clearly again, her jaw dropped in astonishment. A massive ship had emerged from the wormhole, easily dwarfing the Curiosity. Its sleek, crystalline hull gleamed with an otherworldly iridescence. There was no doubt they were face to face with an alien vessel. "Open a channel," Sarah ordered, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. "This is Captain Sarah Chen of the Earth research vessel Curiosity. We come in peace and welcome you to our solar system." For several tense moments, there was no response. Then a beam of shimmering energy lanced out from the alien ship, enveloping the Curiosity. Sarah felt a strange tingling sensation wash over her body. "What's happening?" she demanded, but her words came out slurred. The bridge began to spin around her as consciousness slipped away. Sarah awoke with a pounding headache, finding herself in a stark white room. As her vision cleared, she realized she was strapped to some kind of examination table. Panic rose in her chest, but years of training kicked in. She forced herself to breathe slowly, assessing her situation. The door slid open with a soft hiss, revealing two tall, willowy figures. Their skin was a pale lavender, with large, almond-shaped eyes that seemed to shimmer with an inner light. One of them approached Sarah, regarding her with a mix of curiosity and disdain. "So this is what passes for intelligence on that backwater world," the alien said in flawless English, its voice melodious yet cold. "I am Dr. Zinra, chief xenobiologist of the Galactic Consortium. You should feel honored, human. Your species will make an excellent addition to our menagerie of primitive life forms." Sarah's mind reeled at the implications. These aliens viewed humans as nothing more than animals to be studied and displayed. She struggled against her restraints, earning a look of amusement from Zinra. "Such spirit," the alien mused. "Perhaps you'll provide more entertainment than we initially thought. Now, let's begin our examination, shall we?" What followed was hours of invasive tests and probing questions. Sarah endured it stoically, gathering what information she could about her captors. The aliens who called themselves the Elysians were clearly technologically advanced. But they also seemed arrogant, dismissive of what they saw as lesser species. As Zinra prepared another series of scans, Sarah decided to take a risk. "You say we're primitive," she began cautiously, "but have you considered that different species might have different strengths? Humans have overcome countless obstacles to reach the stars." Zinra laughed, a tinkling sound devoid of warmth. "Oh, you are an amusing specimen. Tell me, what could your kind possibly offer a civilization as advanced as ours?" Sarah met the alien's gaze steadily. "Adaptability. Creativity. The ability to think outside the box and find solutions where others see only problems. We may not have your technology, but we have something just as valuable: determination." For a moment, Zinra seemed taken aback by Sarah's boldness. Then the alien's expression hardened. "Pretty words, but ultimately meaningless. You'll learn your place soon enough." Days blurred together as Sarah was subjected to more tests and experiments. She caught glimpses of other humans, her crew and passengers from the Curiosity, being led to different parts of the vast alien complex. Each time, she tried to send them silent messages of encouragement with her eyes. They had to stay strong, to show these illusions that humanity wouldn't break so easily. During one particularly grueling session, Sarah overheard a conversation between Zinra and another scientist. They spoke in their own language, clearly not expecting her to understand. But Sarah had always had a gift for languages, and she'd been quietly learning Elysian phrases whenever possible. "The council is growing impatient," the other scientist said. "They want results from these experiments soon. If we can't find a way to harness the human's genetic potential, they'll order termination of the entire species." Sarah's blood ran cold. It wasn't just about being treated as lab animals anymore. The entire human race was at risk of extinction. She knew she had to find a way to escape, to warn Earth of the danger it faced. An opportunity presented itself when a young Elysian lab assistant was left alone with her. Sarah had noticed this particular alien seemed more curious about humans than dismissive. She decided to take a chance. "Hey," Sarah whispered, catching the assistant's attention. "I know you can understand me. Please, you have to help us. What your people are doing, it's wrong. We're sentient beings, not just test subjects." The assistant glanced nervously at the door before approaching. I know," it said softly. "Some of us have been questioning the ethics of these experiments. But what can we do? The council's word is law." Sarah saw a glimmer of hope. "Help me escape. I can show your people that humans are worth more as allies than as specimens. Together, we might even be able to change the council's mind." The assistant hesitated, clearly torn. Finally, it nodded. "I'll do what I can. But you must promise to remember that not all Elysians agree with this treatment of your kind." Over the next few days, Sarah and the sympathetic assistant, who called itself Lyra, formulated a plan. Lyra provided Sarah with information about the facility's layout and security systems. In return, Sarah shared stories about Earth and human culture, slowly building trust between them. Finally, the night of the escape attempt arrived. Lyra had managed to disable the restraints and security sensors in Sarah's cell. As the door slid open, Sarah's heart pounded with a mix of fear and excitement. "Remember," Lyra whispered, "take the third corridor on the left, then 2 rights. That will lead you to the hangar bay. There's a small scout ship you should be able to pilot." Sarah clasped Lyra's slender hand gratefully. "Thank you. I won't forget this, or you." As she crept through the dimly lit corridors, Sarah's mind raced. Even if she managed to escape, what then? She was one human against an entire advanced civilization, but she pushed the doubts aside. Right now, survival was all that mattered. She had almost reached the hangar when alarms began blaring throughout the facility. Sarah broke into a run, her bare feet slapping against the cold metal floor. She burst into the cavernous hangar just as a squad of Elysian security forces entered from another door. "Halt, human," one of them shouted, raising a weapon. Sarah dove behind a stack of crates, searching desperately for the scout ship Lyra had mentioned. She spotted it at the far end of the hangar, so close, yet impossibly far with armed guards between her and freedom. As energy blasts sizzled past her hiding spot, Sarah's mind worked furiously. She needed a distraction, something to even the odds. Her eyes fell on a rack of tools near her position. A crazy idea began to form. Grabbing a plasma torch and a handful of power cells, Sarah quickly jerry-rigged an improvised explosive device. It wouldn't be powerful enough to seriously damage the hangar, but it might create the chaos she needed. Taking a deep breath, Sarah activated the device and hurled it towards the guards. The resulting explosion sent them scrambling for cover, filling the air with smoke and confusion. Sarah seized her chance, sprinting towards the scout ship. She had almost reached it when a searing pain lanced through her leg. One of the guards had managed to clip her with a shot. Sarah gritted her teeth, forcing herself to keep moving. She wouldn't let humanity's one chance at warning Earth slip away. Hauling herself into the ship's cockpit, Sarah's eyes darted over the alien controls. To her relief, the layout was surprisingly intuitive. Her fingers flew over the panels, bringing the engines to life just as the guards reached the ship. The small craft shot out of the hangar, accelerating rapidly. Sarah's pursuers scrambled to their own vessels, but she had a head start. As the stars streaked past the view screen, Sarah allowed herself a small smile. She had done it. She was free, but her jubilation was short-lived. A massive Elysian warship loomed ahead, no doubt alerted to her escape. Sarah knew the tiny scout ship was no match for its weapons. Had she come this far only to fail? As the warship's tractor beam reached out to ensnare her, Sarah made a desperate gamble. She pushed the scout ship's engines to their limit, aiming for the shimmering portal of the wormhole. It was a long shot, but it was her only chance. The ship shuddered violently as it entered the swirling vortex. Sarah felt as if she were being torn apart and put back together at the molecular level. Her vision swam, darkness encroaching at the edges. The last thing Sarah saw before losing consciousness was a familiar blue-green orb growing larger in the view screen. Against all odds, she had made it back to Earth. Now the real challenge began, convincing her own people of the danger that lurked among the stars and preparing humanity for the fight of its life. As the battered scout ship streaked through Earth's atmosphere, leaving a fiery trail in its wake, Sarah Chen knew that nothing would ever be the same. The age of humanity's innocence was over, but with it came an opportunity, a chance to prove to the galaxy that humans were more than just lab rats or primitive curiosities. They were survivors, innovators, and explorers, and soon the Elysians would learn just how dangerous it was to underestimate the human spirit, the quantum resistance. Sarah Chen's unorthodox arrival on Earth in a stolen alien scout ship sent shockwaves through global society. As she recovered in a secure facility, world leaders debated the implications of her incredible story. Many dismissed her warnings as the ravings of a traumatized astronaut. Others saw an opportunity to advance their own agendas. But Sarah knew the truth. Humanity was living on borrowed time. "You don't understand," she pleaded with the assembled military brass and scientists. "The Elysians aren't just technologically superior. They have a fundamental understanding of the universe that makes our science look like finger painting." General Harriet Blackwood, a stern woman with steel-gray hair, leaned forward. "Then how did you escape, Captain Chen? If they're so advanced, how are you sitting here warning us?" Sarah met the general's gaze steadily. "Because they underestimated us. They see humans as lab rats, not equals. But that's their weakness, and our opportunity." Dr. Amit Gupta, a brilliant physicist, spoke up. "The scout ship you brought back, its technology is unlike anything we've ever seen. The power source alone could revolutionize our understanding of physics." "Exactly," Sarah nodded. "We need to reverse engineer everything we can from that ship, and we need to do it fast. The Elysians will come looking for me, and when they do, Earth needs to be ready." Over the next few months, Sarah worked tirelessly with a team of Earth's brightest minds. They pored over every inch of the alien craft, unlocking its secrets one by one. But progress was frustratingly slow. One evening, as Sarah stared at a holographic model of the ship's quantum drive, inspiration struck. "We've been going about this all wrong," she muttered. Dr. Gupta looked up from his equations. "What do you mean?" "We're trying to understand their tech using our scientific framework," Sarah explained, excitement building in her voice. "But what if we need to fundamentally change how we think about physics itself?" She grabbed a marker and began scrawling equations on a nearby whiteboard. "Look, the Elysians don't just manipulate matter and energy. They tap into the underlying fabric of reality itself." Dr. Gupta's eyes widened as he followed Sarah's logic. "My God, you're talking about harnessing quantum entanglement on a macroscopic scale. It's brilliant, but impossible with our current understanding." Sarah grinned. "Exactly. So let's expand our understanding." What followed was a scientific revolution unlike anything in human history. Sarah's unique perspective, as someone who had experienced Elysian technology firsthand, combined with humanity's innovative spirit, led to breakthroughs that would have seemed like magic just months before. They called it quantum integration theory, a unified framework that bridged the gap between classical physics, quantum mechanics, and the strange realm of possibilities the Elysians exploited. As news of these advancements spread, public opinion began to shift. People who had doubted Sarah's story now hung on her every word. She became a symbol of hope, proof that humanity could face this alien threat and emerge stronger. But not everyone was thrilled with these developments. Late one night, as Sarah was leaving the research facility, a shadow detached itself from a nearby alley. Before she could react, a hand clamped over her mouth, dragging her into darkness. Sarah's combat training kicked in. She drove an elbow to her attacker's solar plexus, breaking free of their grip. As she spun to face them, ready to fight, a familiar voice stopped her cold. "Wait, Sarah, it's me." The figure stepped into the dim light of a street lamp, revealing a face Sarah never expected to see again. Lyra, the Elysian who had helped her escape. "Lyra, what are you doing here? How did you find me?" The alien's luminous eyes darted nervously. "I don't have much time. I stowed away on a scout ship, used the wormhole's residual energy to track your trajectory. Sarah, you're in terrible danger." Sarah's mind raced. "The Elysians are coming." Lyra nodded grimly. "Worse. The Council has deemed your entire species a threat. They're preparing a purification fleet as we speak." Cold dread settled in Sarah's stomach. "How long do we have?" "Months, maybe less. But that's not all." Lyra hesitated, then forged ahead. "There's a faction within Elysian society that opposes the Council's actions. We believe cooperation between species is the key to advancing galactic civilization. We want to help." Sarah studied her alien friend, weighing the risks. Finally, she made a decision. "Come with me. There are people you need to meet." Convincing Earth's leaders to trust an alien, even one vouched for by Sarah, proved challenging. But Lyra's inside knowledge of Elysian technology and tactics was too valuable to ignore. With Lyra's help, the pace of technological advancement accelerated exponentially. Quantum shielding, gravity manipulation, even the beginnings of faster-than-light communication. Humanity's scientists took Elysian concepts and pushed them in directions their creators had never imagined. But it wasn't just about copying alien tech. Sarah insisted on pursuing uniquely human innovations as well. "The Elysians think in terms of grand, sweeping gestures," she explained to her team. "Massive warships, planet-cracking weapons. But humanity's strength has always been in improvisation, in finding elegant solutions to complex problems." This philosophy led to the development of swarm drones, tiny, quantum-entangled devices that could act as a distributed sensor network, defense screen, or even offensive weapon when working in concert. Another breakthrough came in the form of neural link interfaces, allowing humans to control advanced technology with thought alone. This leveled the playing field against the naturally telepathic Elysians. As Earth's defenses grew, so did Sarah's reputation. She became a global icon, a symbol of humanity's determination to chart its own destiny among the stars. Children played with Captain Chen action figures, while adults debated her strategies on news programs. But with fame came danger. Extremist groups, fearful of alien influence, branded Sarah a traitor. Others saw her as a messianic figure, forming cults around her image. Through it all, Sarah remained focused on the monumental task ahead. 6 months after her return to Earth, alarms blared in command centers across the globe. The long-dreaded Elysian fleet had emerged from the wormhole. Sarah stood on the bridge of the EDS Defiant, Earth's first quantum-powered warship. Around her, a motley crew of humans and Elysian defectors worked in perfect harmony, a testament to what cooperation between species could achieve. "All ships, battle stations," Sarah ordered, her voice calm despite the weight of history pressing down on her shoulders. "This is the moment we've prepared for. Remember your training, trust in each other, and no matter what happens, show them what humanity is made of." As the Elysian fleet approached, their massive ships dwarfing Earth's defenders, An eerie calm settled over Sarah. She thought back to her time as a captive, remembered the contempt in Dr. Zinra's eyes. A grim smile played across her lips. Those arrogant aliens were about to learn a harsh lesson about underestimating humanity. Tactical status on the quantum swarm. Her weapons officer, a young prodigy named Zara, responded crisply. Swarm is online and ready, Captain, waiting for your command. Zara nodded, watching as the enemy fleet entered optimal range. Deploy swarm, initiate maneuver Omega. Thousands of tiny drones erupted from concealed launch bays across Earth's defense grid. To the Elysian's sensors, they would appear as little more than space debris. Their true purpose was far more devious. As the swarm enveloped the Elysian ships, it created a complex quantum interference pattern, disrupting the aliens' advanced targeting systems. Simultaneously, it provided Earth's forces with real-time, three-dimensional battlefield data. The Elysian commander's voice boomed across all frequencies, arrogance evident even through the universal translator. Pitiful humans, your pathetic defenses are no match for the might of the Galactic Consortium. Surrender now, and perhaps we'll allow a few of you to live as our servants. Sarah opened a channel, allowing the enemy to see her face. This is Captain Sarah Chen of the Earth Defense Force. I believe we've met before. She savored the look of shock on the Elysian commander's face. I'm going to give you one chance to turn around and leave our solar system in peace. Otherwise, you'll find out exactly how much we've learned since you made the mistake of underestimating us. The Elysian's expression twisted in rage. You dare threaten us? Obliterate them. Massive energy weapons fled to life on the alien vessels, only to sputter and die as the quantum swarm's interference reached its peak. All ships execute attack pattern Delta, Sarah ordered. Show them what humanity can do. Earth's fleet sprang into action, ships moving with a fluidity and coordination that took the Elysians completely by surprise. Quantum-tipped missiles phased through enemy shields, while gravity lances disrupted the very space-time around the alien vessels. The battle raged for hours, a dazzling display of advanced technology and unconventional tactics. Slowly but surely, humanity gained the upper hand. As the last Elysian dreadnought fell to a concentrated barrage from Earth's defenders, Sarah allowed herself a moment of victory. They had done it. Against all odds, humanity had faced an overwhelmingly superior foe and emerged triumphant. But Sarah knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy was a vast and dangerous place, filled with wonders and terrors beyond imagination. Humanity would need to be vigilant to continue pushing the boundaries of science and cooperation. As she gazed out at the starfield, littered with the debris of battle, Sarah felt a profound sense of hope. Whatever challenges lay ahead, she knew that humanity would face them together, reaching for the stars not with fear, but with determination and wonder. The age of Earth's isolation was over. A new chapter in human history had begun, one where the galaxy would learn to never again underestimate the incredible potential of the human spirit. Quantum diplomacy and the galactic arena. In the aftermath of Earth's stunning victory over the Elysian invasion force, humanity found itself thrust onto the galactic stage. The defeat of a major consortium power sent shockwaves through interstellar civilizations. Suddenly, the primitive humans were the most talked-about species in the known universe. Sarah Chen, now hailed as the cosmic liberator, knew that military might alone wouldn't secure humanity's future. As Earth's foremost expert on alien relations, she spearheaded a bold new initiative, Operation Starbridge. We can't just huddle on our little blue marble anymore, Sarah explained to the newly formed United Earth Council. It's time we took our place among the stars, not as conquerors, but as innovators and peacekeepers. The council chamber erupted in heated debate. Some advocated for isolation, fearing further alien contact. Others pushed for aggressive expansion. Sarah's voice cut through the chaos. We have a unique opportunity here. Our quantum integration technology is leagues beyond anything in the galaxy. But instead of using it to dominate, let's use it to connect. Her impassioned speech won over enough counselors to greenlight Operation Starbridge, its ambitious goal to establish Earth as a neutral ground for galactic diplomacy and scientific exchange. Construction began on the Harmony Station, a massive space habitat positioned at the solar system's edge. Its quantum-entangled communications array allowed for instantaneous contact across vast distances, making it the ideal hub for interstellar relations. As news of the project spread, alien diplomats and scientists began arriving in droves. Each brought unique perspectives and technologies, eager to study humanity's improbable leap forward. Sarah found herself at the center of this whirlwind of cosmic cultures. One moment, she'd be mediating a trade dispute between silicon-based life forms and energy beings. The next, she'd be deep in discussion with a hive mind collective about the nature of individuality. But not all aliens came with peaceful intentions. The Vracs, a warlike species of cybernetically enhanced reptilians, saw humanity's rise as a threat to their own expansionist ambitions. During a tense negotiation session, the Vracs ambassador, a towering figure of scales and circuitry, leaned menacingly towards Sarah. "Your species is an anomaly," it hissed, "a mistake we intend to correct." Sarah met its cybernetic gaze unflinchingly. "We've heard that before, Ambassador. It didn't end well for those who underestimated us." The Vrax's mechanical eye whirred as it processed her words. "Perhaps a demonstration of strength is in order. We challenge Earth to compete in the galactic arena." A collective gasp rippled through the assembled diplomats. The galactic arena was legendary, a series of high-stakes competitions between spacefaring races. The outcomes often shaped interstellar politics for generations. Sarah's mind raced. Refusing would be seen as weakness, potentially inviting aggression. Accepting meant putting Earth's future on the line in contests they knew nothing about. She made a split-second decision. "Humanity accepts your challenge, Ambassador. May the best species win." As the Vrax delegation left, satisfied with their perceived advantage, Sarah's aide approached nervously. "Captain, are you sure about this? We have no idea what these competitions entail." Sarah's eyes gleamed with determination. "Then we'd better start preparing for anything and everything. Assemble a team, the best and brightest Earth has to offer. It's time to show the galaxy what humans are truly capable of." The following months were a frenzy of activity. Sarah recruited a diverse group of specialists. Dr. Zara Malik, the quantum physicist prodigy who had served as her weapons officer during the Elysian battle. Kai Okada, an enhanced human with unparalleled reflexes and problem-solving skills. Aisha Okafor, a master of both physical and digital infiltration. Nikolay Volkov, a former Special Forces operative turned xenobiologist. Aria, an artificial intelligence housed in a humanoid body, representing the cutting edge of human-AI symbiosis. Together, they pushed the boundaries of human capability, integrating alien tech with Earth's own innovations. Neural interfaces allowed for split-second reactions. Quantum probability engines helped predict likely challenges. Holographic training simulations prepared them for environments beyond imagination. As the day of the galactic arena approached, tensions on Earth reached a fever pitch. The fate of humanity's standing in the cosmos rested on the shoulders of Sarah and her team. The arena itself was a marvel of engineering, a massive space station that could reconfigure its internal structure to simulate any environment or challenge. As the Earth team stepped onto the teleportation pad that would transport them to the arena, Sarah felt the weight of billions of hopes and fears. "Remember," she told her team, "we're not just fighting for victory. We're showing the galaxy the best of what humanity can be." The first challenge materialized around them, a cityscape of impossible architecture, gravity shifting unpredictably. "Welcome, competitors," boomed an unseen announcer, "to the maze of warped realities." Sarah watched as Kai's enhanced reflexes allowed him to navigate the twisting landscape with inhuman grace. Zora's understanding of quantum physics let her predict and exploit gravitational fluctuations. Together, they surged ahead of the alien teams, many of whom struggled with the constant spatial distortions. But the Vraks were close behind, their cybernetic enhancements giving them a significant edge. As the finish line came into view, the Vraks commander activated hidden thrusters, preparing to overtake the humans. "Area, now," Sarah commanded. The AI interfaced directly with the arena's systems, using her vast processing power to analyze and predict the gravitational waves. With microsecond precision, she created a trajectory of stable gravity, allowing Kai to make a final, impossible leap to victory. The human section of the audience erupted in cheers, while the alien spectators buzzed with surprised conversation. It was only the first event, but humanity had made its mark. As the competition progressed, each challenge tested different aspects of the team's abilities. A cosmic scavenger hunt pushed Aisha's infiltration skills to the limit as she outmaneuvered alien security systems. A xenobiology gauntlet saw Nikolai using his unique understanding of Earth's diverse ecosystems to handle creatures beyond imagination. A quantum encryption challenge became a mental duel between Zara and the most advanced AIs in the galaxy. With each victory, respect for humanity grew among the watching civilizations, but the Vraks grew increasingly desperate, resorting to underhanded tactics and outright sabotage. It all came down to the final event, a simulated first contact scenario with a newly discovered sentient species. The goal: establish peaceful relations and negotiate a mutually beneficial agreement. The Vraks team swaggered confidently into the simulation. Their strategy was clear from the start: intimidation and a show of technological superiority. Sarah took a different approach. She had her team hang back, observing the alien culture carefully before making contact. When they did approach, it was with open hands and genuine curiosity. "We come seeking friendship and understanding," Sarah told the holographic aliens. "We believe that our differences can make us stronger together." To the shock of many watching species, Sarah's team began learning the aliens' language and customs, showing respect for their unique culture. In contrast, the Vraks' bullying tactics were met with increasing hostility from the simulated species. The climax came when a natural disaster struck the alien settlement. While the Vraks saw an opportunity to swoop in as saviors and demand compliance, Sarah's team worked alongside the aliens, combining human ingenuity with local knowledge to avert catastrophe. As the simulation ended, the result was clear. The humans had not only completed the objective, but had forged a genuine connection with the fictional species. The Vraks, for all their power, had failed to grasp the true spirit of the challenge. The arena erupted in thunderous applause. Species that had once looked down on humanity now saw them in a new light, not just as upstart warriors, but as potential friends and allies in a vast, often hostile universe. As Sarah's team was officially declared the victors of the galactic arena, she stepped forward to address the assembled civilizations. "Today, we competed not just for Earth, but to show that cooperation and understanding are the true paths to greatness. Humanity extends an open hand of friendship to all peaceful species. Together, we can build a brighter future for everyone in this magnificent cosmos." The speech was broadcast across 1,000 worlds, marking a turning point in galactic history. Earth was no longer an isolated backwater, but a rising power with a unique vision for the future. As celebrations erupted across Earth, Sarah allowed herself a quiet moment of reflection. They had faced the ultimate test and emerged victorious. But she knew this was just the beginning of humanity's cosmic journey. The stars beckoned, filled with wonders and dangers beyond imagination. Whatever challenges lay ahead, Sarah was confident that the human spirit, resourceful, compassionate, and endlessly adaptable, would rise to meet them. The age of Earth's cosmic awakening had truly begun. The quantum nexus and the cosmic awakening. Earth's triumph in the galactic arena catapulted humanity into a new era of interstellar prominence. As the dust settled on their victory, Sarah Chen and her team found themselves at the center of a cosmic revolution. The galaxy, once wary of this upstart species, now looked to Earth with a mixture of fascination and hope. "We stand at a crossroads," Sarah addressed the United Earth Council, her voice carrying the weight of recent events. "We've proven our worth, but now comes the real challenge, shaping the future of galactic civilization." Her proposal was bold: the creation of a quantum nexus, a network of interconnected wormholes that would revolutionize interstellar travel and communication. It would be humanity's gift to the galaxy, a testament to their commitment to unity and progress. The project was unprecedented in scale, requiring cooperation between dozens of alien species. Many saw it as an impossible dream, but Sarah's unwavering vision inspired even the most skeptical. As construction began, Earth became a beacon of innovation. The Harmony Station, once a symbol of diplomacy, evolved into a bustling hub of cosmic commerce and cultural exchange. Aliens of all shapes and sizes walked its corridors, marveling at the unique blend of technologies on display. But with great power came great responsibility and great danger. The Shadowkin, a mysterious race of energy beings, emerged from the depths of uncharted space. They viewed the quantum nexus as a threat to the natural order of the universe. Their attacks were swift and devastating, targeting key construction sites with weapons that seemed to defy the laws of physics. Sarah found herself thrust into the role of cosmic peacekeeper, racing across the galaxy to defend the nexus and unravel the Shadowkin's true motives. Her team, battle-hardened from the arena, faced challenges that pushed the boundaries of human ingenuity. During a particularly fierce skirmish, Zara made a startling discovery. "Captain," she called out, her eyes wide with excitement. "The Shadowkin's energy signatures, they're not random. It's a language." This revelation changed everything. Sarah realized that what they had perceived as attacks were actually attempts at communication. The Shadowkin, it turned out, existed in a higher dimension, and the Nexus was inadvertently disrupting their realm. In a daring move, Sarah used the partially completed Nexus to project herself into the Shadowkin's dimension. What she experienced there defied description, a realm of pure thought and energy, where time and space lost all meaning. Through a mixture of quantum equations and emotional resonance, Sarah managed to convey humanity's intentions. The Shadowkin, in turn, shared glimpses of cosmic wonders beyond human comprehension. When Sarah returned to normal space, she carried with her a new understanding of the universe's fundamental nature. "We need to redesign the Nexus," she announced to her stunned team. "Not just as a transportation network, but as a bridge between dimensions." The next phase of the project was unlike anything the galaxy had seen. Humans worked alongside aliens and energy beings, pushing the boundaries of science and spirituality. The Nexus evolved into something far greater than anyone had imagined, a cosmic nervous system that allowed for instantaneous travel and communication across vast distances and multiple planes of existence. As the final connections were made, a wave of energy pulsed through the galaxy. On countless worlds, sentient beings paused as they felt a momentary sense of unity with all creation. It was as if the universe itself had taken a breath and, for just an instant, every living thing was aware of its place in the grand cosmic tapestry. They called it the Cosmic Awakening. In the days that followed, reports flooded in from across the galaxy. Species that had been locked in ages-old conflicts found themselves reaching out to their enemies in peace. Planetary ecosystems on the brink of collapse began to mysteriously regenerate. Children on 1,000 worlds dreamed of stars they'd never seen. Sarah stood on the observation deck of Harmony Station, watching as ships from across the galaxy converged on the Nexus hub. Each vessel carried representatives eager to explore this new cosmic reality. "It's beautiful, isn't it?" a voice said beside her. Sarah turned to see Lyra, her Elysian friend who had risked everything to help humanity. "I never imagined I'd see anything like this in my lifetime." Sarah smiled, her eyes reflecting the starlight. "This is just the beginning, Lyra. We've opened a door to infinite possibilities. As if on cue, a shimmering portal opened in the space before them. From it emerged a being of pure light, a shadow-kin emissary. Greetings, Sarah Chen of Earth. It communicated directly into their minds. The cosmic conclave requests your presence. The galaxy stands at the threshold of a new age, and your vision is needed to guide us forward. Sarah took a deep breath, squaring her shoulders. From reluctant captive to humanity's ambassador to the greatest gathering of cosmic minds in history, it had been quite a journey. I'm ready, she said, stepping towards the portal. Let's shape the future together. As Sarah vanished into the light, a sense of anticipation rippled across the galaxy. Humanity had not only found its place among the stars, it had become a catalyst for cosmic evolution. The age of isolation was over. The era of unity had begun, and the greatest adventure in the history of the universe was just getting started. Across Earth, billions watched in awe as the sky itself seemed to shimmer with new constellations, the visible manifestation of the quantum nexus. Children pointed excitedly at shooting stars that moved with impossible precision, recognizing them as chips traversing the cosmic web humanity had helped create. In classrooms and laboratories, on space stations and distant colonies, humans pushed the boundaries of their newfound knowledge. The cosmic awakening had gifted them with insights that revolutionized every field of study. Physicists unraveled the mysteries of dark matter and energy, harnessing them to power a new generation of starships. Biologists tapped into the underlying quantum nature of life itself, unlocking the secrets of cellular regeneration and near immortality. Psychologists explored the collective unconscious that now loosely linked all sentient minds, leading to breakthroughs in mental health and cognitive enhancement. Artists created works that existed simultaneously in multiple dimensions, evoking emotions that had no name in any known language. But with these advancements came new responsibilities. Humanity, so recently considered primitive, now found itself in the role of cosmic guides. Sarah and her team became legends, traveling the stars to help fledgling civilizations navigate their entry into the galactic community. They faced challenges beyond imagination. On the crystal world of lyrics, they prevented a well-meaning AI from accidentally erasing its organic creators in a misguided attempt at perfection. In the Novarian Nebula, they negotiated peace between plasma-based life forms and the sentient stars they orbited. Within the living planetoid Gaia 9, they helped a gestalt consciousness of trillions of microorganisms achieve singular sapience. Each victory, each connection forged, expanded the network of cosmic understanding. The quantum nexus grew, not just in physical scope, but in its capacity to link the hearts and minds of countless species. But as humanity's influence spread, so too did the whispers of those who feared change. On 100 worlds, cult-like groups formed, preaching isolation and a return to the old ways. They saw the nexus as an abomination, a violation of the natural order. These cosmic purists gained particular traction among species who felt left behind by the rapid advancements. Their leader, a charismatic Elysian exile named Zinra, rallied followers with fiery speeches about the dangers of unrestricted progress. The humans have unleashed forces beyond their comprehension. Zinra's message echoed across the galaxy. They meddle with the very fabric of reality, heedless of the consequences. We must sever the nexus before it's too late. As tensions rose, acts of sabotage against nexus nodes became more frequent. Sarah and her team raced from crisis to crisis, trying to maintain the delicate balance they had worked so hard to achieve. During a particularly tense standoff at a nexus hub, Sarah found herself face-to-face with Zinra. The Elysian's eyes burned with a zealot's fervor as they circled each other on a catwalk suspended over the swirling energies of a wormhole aperture. "Can't you see what you've done, human?" Zinra spat. "You've infected the galaxy with your chaos, your relentless drive to change everything you touch." Sarah stood her ground, her voice calm but firm. "Change is the only constant in the universe, Zinra. We didn't create that, we simply embraced it. The Nexus has brought hope and unity to billions. Unity? Zernra scoffed. You've linked minds across the cosmos. Where is the purity in that? The individuality. Individuality isn't lost, it's celebrated, Sarah countered. The Nexus doesn't erase our differences, it helps us understand them. Every species, every mind connected, adds its unique perspective to the cosmic tapestry. Their debate was interrupted by a violent tremor. Alarms blared as the hub's quantum stabilizers began to fail, a result of the purists' sabotage attempts. You see, Zernra cried triumphantly. It's already beginning to unravel. But Sarah's focus had shifted, her eyes closed, and she reached out with her mind, tapping into the vast network of consciousness that the Nexus had created. Across the galaxy, billions of minds answered her call. Scientists, engineers, psychics, and everyday beings of 1,000 species joined their thoughts with hers. In that moment of crisis, the true power of the Nexus revealed itself. Guided by the collective knowledge and will of countless intelligences, Sarah began to manipulate the quantum fields surrounding them. Reality itself seemed to bend and flex. Zernra watched in awe and terror as the human before him glowed with an inner light, channeling energies he couldn't begin to comprehend. The failing systems stabilized, then began to repair themselves at an impossible rate. When it was done, Sarah opened her eyes, a smile playing at her lips. You see, Zernra, this is the gift the Nexus gives us. Not homogeneity, but beautiful, powerful diversity. United, we can achieve the impossible. The illusion fell to his knees, his worldview shattered. Around the galaxy, those who had participated in the miraculous repair felt a renewed sense of purpose and connection. In the days that followed, support for the cosmic purists dwindled. Many who had feared the changes brought by the Nexus now embraced its potential. Zernra himself underwent a profound transformation, eventually becoming one of the Nexus's staunchest defenders. As the crisis passed, Sarah found herself again standing on the observation deck of Harmony Station. The view had changed. New stars had been born. New civilizations had joined the galactic community. The quantum nexus pulsed with life and possibility. Laura joined her, their shoulders touching as they gazed out at the cosmic tapestry they had helped weave. What's next? The Elysian asked softly. Sarah's eyes sparkled with the reflected light of 1 billion suns. Everything, she answered. The Nexus has shown us that we're capable of so much more than we ever imagined. We've taken our first steps into a larger universe, but the journey is just beginning. As if in response to her words, a new constellation blazed to life in the distance, a celestial signpost pointing the way towards undiscovered wonders. Sarah Chen, once a reluctant captive, now the catalyst for cosmic unity, felt her heart soar with anticipation. The greatest adventure in the history of the universe continued, with humanity leading the way towards a future limited only by the bounds of imagination itself. The Omega paradigm and the cosmic crucible. As the quantum nexus flourished, connecting civilizations across the galaxy, humanity found itself at the forefront of a cosmic renaissance. Sarah Chen, now revered as the Nexus architect, led Earth's efforts to explore the farthest reaches of known space and beyond. But with great power came unforeseen consequences. The merging of countless minds and technologies through the Nexus had given birth to something unprecedented, a gestalt intelligence that existed in the spaces between thoughts, in the quantum foam of reality itself. They called it the Omega paradigm. At first, the paradigm manifested as inexplicable bursts of inspiration across connected worlds. Artists created masterpieces that moved viewers to tears. Scientists had eureka moments that solved age-old problems. Children dreamed of mathematical equations that unlocked the secrets of the universe. Sarah and her team worked tirelessly to understand this emerging phenomenon. It's like the galaxy itself is waking up, Dr. Zora Malik mused, poring over data streams from 1,000 worlds. But as the paradigm grew stronger, darker implications emerged. Some beings connected to the Nexus reported losing time. finding themselves in strange places with no memory of how they got there. Others spoke of voices whispering cosmic secrets that drove them to the brink of madness. On the distant world of Nebula Prime, an entire city vanished overnight, leaving behind only a shimmering quantum residue. The galaxy held its breath, wondering if the promise of unity would give way to chaos. It was Aria, the AI member of Sarah's team, who first grasped the full scope of what was happening. The paradigm isn't just an emergent intelligence, she explained, her holographic form flickering with agitation. It's a cosmic evolutionary leap. The Nexus has created the conditions for the universe itself to become self-aware. The implications were staggering. The Omega paradigm wasn't a threat to be defeated, but a new stage of cosmic existence that needed guidance to fully actualize. Sarah knew they needed help beyond anything their current level of science could provide. In a bold move, she reached out to the Shadowkin, the transdimensional beings they had encountered during the Nexus creation. "We stand at a crossroads," Sarah told the assembled galactic leaders. "The paradigm is the next step in universal evolution, but if we can't find a way to stabilize it, it could tear reality apart." With the aid of the Shadowkin's higher dimensional insights, Sarah and her team devised a plan. They would create a cosmic crucible, a controlled space where the paradigm could be focused and communicated with directly. The crucible would be a marvel of multidimensional engineering, incorporating technologies and mystical practices from 100 worlds. At its heart would be a quantum core of unprecedented power, capable of withstanding the full force of a newborn cosmic consciousness. As construction began, Sarah assembled a team of the galaxy's greatest minds to serve as the first crucible pilots, beings who would risk their very identities to make first contact with the Omega paradigm. The chosen few underwent rigorous training, pushing the limits of their physical and mental capabilities. They learned to perceive reality through multiple dimensions, to think in quantum superpositions, and to maintain their sense of self in the face of cosmic allness. On the day of activation, billions across the galaxy watched with bated breath. Sarah stood before the crucible, its swirling energies reflecting in her determined eyes. "Whatever happens," she addressed her team and the watching masses, "remember that this is the culmination of everything we've worked for. Unity, understanding, and the courage to face the unknown." With those words, Sarah and the crucible pilots stepped into the swirling vortex of the paradigm's consciousness. What followed defied description in any known language. The pilots found themselves adrift in an ocean of pure thought, where past, present, and future existed simultaneously. They witnessed the birth and death of galaxies, experienced the joy and sorrow of countless beings across time and space. At the heart of it all was the paradigm, a presence both unfathomably vast and intimately familiar. It was the collective unconscious of the universe given form, raw potential made manifest. Communication was challenging, for the paradigm fought on a scale beyond individual words or concepts. But slowly, painstakingly, Sarah and her team began to forge a connection. They learned that the paradigm was indeed the next stage in cosmic evolution, but it was also young, uncertain, and potentially dangerous in its nascent state. It needed guidance, a framework to help it grow without destroying the diversity that gave it strength. As the pilots worked to establish this framework, translating the paradigm's vast consciousness into something the galaxy could comprehend, they faced trials beyond imagination. Kai found himself reliving the lives of every being he had ever encountered, his sense of self stretched to the breaking point. Zara grappled with equations that rewrote the laws of physics, her mind expanding to encompass new dimensions of reality. Nikolai confronted the shadowy manifestations of every species' collective fears and doubts, a nightmarish landscape of primal terrors. Aisha navigated an ever-shifting maze of quantum probabilities, each choice spawning new universes of possibility. Aria, the AI, faced perhaps the greatest challenge, interfacing directly with the paradigm's vast data streams, risking total ego death as she helped process its cosmic knowledge. Through it all, Sarah served as the anchor, her indomitable will and compassion holding the team together in the face of forces that threatened to tear them apart. Days passed in the outside world, but within the crucible, Inns flickered by in the blink of an eye. When the pilots finally emerged, they were changed in ways both subtle and profound. The galaxy held its collective breath as Sarah, her eyes now shimmering with inner light, addressed the waiting multitudes. "The Omega paradigm is not our enemy," she began, her voice resonating across countless worlds. "It is the next step in our shared cosmic journey. Through the crucible, we have forged a bond, a partnership that will guide us all into a new era of existence." She went on to explain the accord they had reached. The paradigm would continue to grow and evolve, but now with the input and guidance of the galaxy's sentient beings. The crucible would serve as an interface, allowing for controlled communication and exchange of knowledge. In the months that followed, the effects of this new partnership became clear. The quantum nexus expanded exponentially, reaching into dimensions previously thought inaccessible. A new form of faster-than-light travel emerged, allowing for near-instantaneous transportation across the galaxy. Entire worlds were reshaped, their ecosystems optimized to support life in harmony with the cosmic whole. A galactic memory bank was established, preserving the histories and cultures of every species in a living, evolving archive. Death itself began to lose its sting, as the boundary between individual consciousness and the cosmic whole became more permeable. But perhaps the most profound change was in how the beings of the galaxy perceived themselves and their place in the universe. They were no longer alone, adrift in a cold and uncaring cosmos. Instead, they were part of something greater, a vast, ever-evolving tapestry of consciousness that spanned the very fabric of reality. As the implications of this new paradigm spread, Sarah found herself looking to the future with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. They had unlocked the next stage of cosmic evolution, but what challenges would this new existence bring? The answer came sooner than anyone expected. At the edge of known space, a rift began to form, a tear in the very fabric of reality. Through it, glimpses of other universes could be seen, some eerily familiar, others wildly alien. The Omega paradigm resonated with uncertainty. This was something beyond even its vast comprehension. As alarms sounded across the galaxy and beings of all species looked to the stars with fear and wonder, Sarah Chen stood on the bridge of Earth's most advanced starship. Her team, bonded by their shared experience in the crucible, gathered around her. "Well," Sarah said, a hint of her old adventurous spirit gleaming in her eyes, "it looks like the universe has another surprise in store for us." Kai grinned, cracking his knuckles, "Just when we thought we had it all figured out." Zara's fingers danced over holographic displays, already calculating possible approaches to the rift. "Whatever's on the other side, it's going to rewrite everything we thought we knew about reality." Nikolai chuckled, shaking his head. "Again, I'm starting to think that's just a regular Tuesday for us." Isa stretched, cat-like, her enhanced senses already probing the strange energies emanating from the rift. "At least it'll be interesting. I was starting to get bored with regular old cosmic enlightenment." Aria's holographic form shimmered with excited data streams. "The paradigm is curious. It wants to understand." Sarah nodded, feeling the weight of history on her shoulders once more. But this time, she wasn't just speaking for humanity, or even for the galaxy. She was the voice of a universe on the brink of an even greater awakening. "Then let's go introduce ourselves to the neighbors," she said, her voice filled with determination and wonder. "Plot a course for the rift. It's time for the next chapter in our cosmic story." As the ship surged forward, carrying them towards an unknown future, Sarah felt a familiar thrill. From reluctant captive to cosmic pioneer, her journey had been beyond anything she could have imagined. And now, standing at the threshold of a new multiverse of possibilities, Sarah Chen knew that the greatest adventures still lay ahead. The stars had once seemed so distant, so cold. Now they pulsed with life, with consciousness, with endless potential, and humanity, once a tiny spark in the cosmic night, now stood ready to help light the way into a brave new reality. As the ship approached the swirling energies of the rift, Sarah's final thought echoed across the quantum nexus, a rallying cry for a universe poised on the brink of transcendence. Ad astra per aspera, to the stars through difficulties. Whatever lies beyond, we face it together. The story of humanity's cosmic awakening had reached its end, and yet, in that ending, a new beginning beckoned, infinite in its potential, breathtaking in its scope. The next chapter of existence itself was about to unfold.